Remember how I said that I wanted to address the scarring on my knees? The good news is I found my microneedling pen and the cartridges to go with it. But the bad news, I appeared to have misplaced the charger, and despite getting a replacement, it didn't work. So we'll just save that for the next video. It's also about time that I sugared my legs, but as you know, the prep is highly important. This is one of those ingrowns that looks normal, but is actually growing underneath a paper-thin layer of dead skin along the surface. This is a better angle of it. It's quite flat thanks to the hair being pretty straight, but if your body hair is curly, then it will definitely be more prone to the hair growing back into the follicle or into layers of the epidermis or dermis. You'll notice that this strand is curled, just at the tip. And it's also a prime example of why our hair can become ingrown in the first place, because you can see just how deep the hair can go below the surface of the skin. There's a lot of length that has to regrow before you can even see it. Since the look of strawberry legs is thanks to an overproduction of keratin, even when there isn't any hair that's trapped, there can still be a buildup of skin. So after I've freed any apparent hairs that I can see, I will then exfoliate. And just a reminder, this is happening several days before I plan to sugar, so this is me working in advance. Sugaring is also exfoliating. You don't want to stack them on top of each other because then you're just asking for irritation. You want to be gentle, you want to be nice, and pulling your hair out, not so nice. However, we can calm it down after we make it mad. Typically, I would use this in the shower as like a last step. So after you've cleansed your skin and you've been standing in the shower a while, the skin is hydrated, by which the dead skin will be full of water and therefore shed more easily. Basically the same process as my pedicures. If you soak first, then you prime the dead skin to come off because water is also an exfoliator. And this isn't soap, so it kind of has to be the last step because if anything, you could consider it an in-shower moisturizer because the micro exfoliants are suspended in a block of like shea butter and other ingredients. When exfoliating, I made sure to avoid the areas that I anticipated that I would microneedle or treat because for the hyperpigmentation, I'm going to apply a retinol. So again, you never want to exfoliate and sugar on the same day. Well, you also want to stop using actives like AHAs and retinols like a week or two before. If you use retinols on your face and then you get your eyebrows waxed, it's possible that you could take some of your skin off. So this is one of those things you don't want to forget because you don't want to risk it. And if you're on Accutane, don't do this at all. If you're struggling to control your sugar, the trick is to keep it moving because when you stop, the sugar runs. The biggest difference between sugaring and waxing is hair removal wax and sugar have completely different compositions. So unlike wax, which literally is made up of beeswax and other ingredients that solidify at room temperature, sugar doesn't. It stays soft. So if you accidentally drop it, you don't have to rush to clean it up before it hardens and fuses to whatever it's stuck to. Instead, I can just continue sugaring my legs and ignore it until later on. When you're applying the sugar, the reason that you mold it or spread it 3 to 4 times is because you want to thoroughly encapsulate the hair, which includes over-directing it. One way you can do that too, especially if you're a beginner and feel like you don't have the technique all the way, is to pull the strip in the same direction that you applied the sugar. And that will over-direct the hair too, as well as catch maybe any spots that you missed. Up until now, I've been using the same strip, but when the sugar gets thick like this, it's time to grab a new one. Otherwise, it'll start to affect the grip and your results may start to be inconsistent. You might have noticed when I was plucking my ingrowns, the length of my hair wasn't all the same. So because of that variation, there might be some strands that get left behind because they're just too short. So having to come back in when you're done and tweeze, completely normal. And as for the spill, as we know, sugar is water soluble, so all you have to do to dissolve it is place a wet cloth over it. I asked myself, what are some things that I used to do that I just don't do anymore? And when it comes to my hair, it's 100% aloe juice. I used to use it for everything. Like, I would add it to existing hair products to make them more pH balanced. And it's not just for my hair. Like, I put it in mask and it's edible. So if I wanted to drink it, I could. I didn't replace it because generally other brands have added ingredients that make it more of like a gel consistency and they smell horrible. But this is just 2 ingredients, aloe vera and like the tiniest amount of lemon juice just to help preserve it. I just dilute it with some distilled water just to stretch it a little bit, but you can just use it as is. I spray it as I go to rehydrate while I'm detangling, but also for the same reason that we apply lotion to damp skin. Product is meant to hold moisture in, so moisture needs to already be present before application. And since that's what high porosity hair does, it evaporates water really quickly, this step is crucial. I kind of forgot that wide tooth combs exist until I was forced to actually use one when I couldn't find a brush, and I fear I was underestimating them. So I bought this one from Pattern Beauty. I'm still using a brush though because I need a haircut, therefore I need every single strand to be knotless. Because I have to conserve my energy, I just let my hair air dry. But you could do like a faux blowout with a braid out. However, that would require like one braid and not six, so that you don't get deep waves like I have right now. So I am gonna still blow dry it the day after, but it's gonna take me way less time since I only need to stretch it. As usual, this is not a tutorial because I'm only cosplaying and will eventually start making stuff up, but this is my parting. In celebration of the fact that I can finally reach my feet for more than 30 seconds, it's time for a pedicure. Or at least like half of one, because let's not get carried away. For reference, I know I haven't mentioned before, but my MCL is torn. So that's why I've been in physical therapy and why this is a really big deal for me. Still not perfect, but we're working on it. I also decided to try a new color combination, and I don't know what I was thinking because this ain't it.